I think it started from my most inner needs. There was this period of time whereby I wasn't feeling that well. Life to me was joyless, meaningless. At that point of time, I was like sort of like in a depression. So one of the morning, I don't know whether I was dreaming, hallucinating, or I had a vision, but I saw an image of Jesus Christ from afar. He was hugging a baby, and that image was very comforting. Thereafter, I still remember very specifically, I asked him, if you were real, how do I come closer? But there was no response. And the next thing I know is like I tear up and I woke up as well. So 1 week later, I actually had a prompting for me to come to the church. I actually didn't feel anything and I actually wanted to leave the church. But because it was raining, so I got stuck in the church and I was waiting at the worship hall. And the next thing I know, the whole hall was full of people. And it was much later, right, that I know that day, right, was a Pentecost rally. And I remember Father Terence was there. He said specifically, if you think you're here as coincidence, you are not. I mean, there's a reason why you are here. There was a praise and worship session. It was sort of like a massive relief for me when I'm able to pour out everything. That was my own personal experience on how I come to know God. Whenever we are feeling down and we start to offer our worries, our problems, might be our joy as well, and you can feel that He's always there. We were told to pray over our baptism name, and at that point of time, I remember specifically I wasn't in a good state as well. Like there was a lot of bitterness in me, there was a lot of jealousy in me, and so I remember it was like 1 of the morning, I was praying and praying and praying. I mean, like, not to have that kind of emotion or that feeling. Emmanuel is never the one name that I want to have. During that prayer, right, that moment that I got him was like he was addressing me like, Emmanuel, do you know that I'm with you? And that is one of the personal encounter. During our last retreat at Majodi, so we had an exercise. It was a sort of like a purification exercise, and we were made to take turns to walk to the grotto. During that period of time also, there was sort of like a lot of issue in my life. I was troubled and I wasn't feeling too great. While it was my turn to make the move, I was actually reflecting. So one of the reflection that I had was like, why are you so worried? And my response to that reflection question was, because nothing good ever happened in my life. Then it's only much later, look back at the whole thing, in terms of the issue that I'm facing, everything just changed and turned for the better. Then after that, I mean, we had the baptism and I felt very free. I just felt that there's a lot of love in my life and I don't know how I can show to others that love that I ever felt before. There is a verse that has always been with me whenever I'm feeling down. It's Philippians 4, verse 6 to 7. Be anxious in nothing, but in everything, by prayer and supplication, let your requests be made known to God, and the peace of God will guide your heart through Jesus Christ.